go for it.
Hi everyone, I'm Kanon, and today I'm sharing with you my solution that sheds light on the adverse effects of EDs and BDD, aiming to bring more awareness to these mental conditions. So let's begin by looking at my problem. The media's promotion of unattainable beauty standards for women, such as the waif look and heroin chic, is negatively impacting people's body image and can lead to BDD and EDs. The root causes show some of the reasons for this problem, such as diet culture valuing thinness and shape above health and well-being, as well as body trends that cause a problem with the representation of body types. Some other systemic causes are gender roles and stereotypes that put the importance of looking beautiful on women, people tying self-worth to their appearance, and exposure to beauty standards leading people to develop insecurities. Florida House Experiences survey found 88% of women make these comparisons to what they see in the media, and among them, 51% say their body compares unfavorably with these images. Social media can also cause disordered eating, as a study conducted in New Zealand and Australia revealed that 51.7% of girls aged 13 and 14 with a social media account were likely to report disordered eating routines. Although my solution doesn't aim to address all issues related to the media promotion of unattainable beauty standards, it helps bring awareness to EDs and BDD. My solution is an app prototype that teaches users on the psychological, biological, and neurological impacts of these conditions. It is bilingual in English and Japanese to address mental health stigma in Japan, which has the highest rate of eating disorders in Asia. So this is how the login of my app looks like. The app sends daily notifications and features a streak system for user engagement. Users also earn a pearl after completing a session, and once you earn 20 pearls, you can customize your profile and background. There is a page dedicated to the user's streaks, and it's a progress tracker that displays users' study days in red and non-study days in blue. About the learning part of the app, there are 3 sections in total. The first one is differentiating disordered eating from EDs, poor body image from BDD, and details on anorexia, bulimia, and binge eating. The second section is about the impact of EDs, and the final one is about the impact of BDD. When users click on a section, they are taken to another page with chapters that explore topics such as suicide, self-harm, depression, anxiety disorders, and cultural factors from Japan, as we can see here. Users learn from key facts and information before being quizzed under a 30-second time frame. When you get answers correct, you are given motivating feedback. And when you get answers wrong, better luck next time. There are also periodic unexpected quizzes to promote continuous learning and retention. What are some skills I learned? I learned how to do user research on Miro to think of my target audience. For example, 13-year-old Yuko, who is struggling with an eating disorder, wants to understand the impact of her disorder. I also created an app prototype on Canva and did lots and lots of research that helped improve my writing skills as I summarized key information in my own words. Some tools I used are Google Docs, Miro, Canva, and Notion. And 2 key dispositions I held include curiosity, since there were lots to learn, and empathy when I was imagining what type of person would be using my app. What are some challenges I faced? The project was challenging because I had never made an app prototype before. Through lots of research, I also uncovered shocking facts, like anorexia has the highest mortality rate among teenage girls. How does my solution have a positive impact on the world? By exploring the detailed nuances of EDs and BDD, my app prototype serves as a positive resource. Beyond educating individuals on the many aspects, it helps users to better understand the complexities of these conditions. With a focus on prevention, the app fosters a positive impact on the world by giving users knowledge, particularly benefiting young girls who may be at risk of developing these conditions. Here are all of my resources. And thank you so much for listening.
Well, that was definitely very cool. I love the fact that you factored in language issues, cultural issues, and you addressed what you thought to be all three of the main contributors to this body dysmorphia crisis. I'm going to call it a crisis because that's what I see it as. I work with a lot of young people, and as an older gentleman myself, I see it. Um, so, my question for you is, I love the idea of the app. I love the multilingual component of it. I love the gamification idea of it. My big question for you is, how are you going to get people to not only understand the biological, sociological, cultural, and neurological issues, but also help them emotionally deal with the fact that they are always going to see their body differently, just like we hear our voice differently because we're inside of it? Is that part of the neurological component or the cultural component? And will you address that directly?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, I think it would fall under the category of psychological, because it's a lot about how we perceive ourselves. Um, I am still developing this project, so that's a great point that I can definitely think about. But yeah, I think I would love to incorporate a way of also not just teaching people about these conditions, but also finding ways to just build their confidence by emphasizing how everyone is different, and that's great. So maybe we can highlight um, some key figures that we see in the media that positively promote body image. Um, yeah, it's definitely something I'll continue thinking about. Thank you.
Um, what continent are you on?
I'm in Asia.
Okay. I have a friend that runs a research organization for young women here in the United States. It's called Ruling Our Experience, ROX. And she has a great model that she's using that I think you could benefit from. She has data that you could pull down and use. It empowers young women to take responsibility for their body and impact. And the lesson I learned from Lisa, Dr. Hinkleman, is we need to teach young women confidence, not compliments. And I think that's exactly where you're going. I think you really need to work on emotional self-representation along with the body dysmorphia issue. Sid, Claire, do you have anything you want to add? Kenon, I think this is genius. I think it's an idea whose time has come. I'm very, very curious about how far you're going to develop this.
Thank you so much.
I just want to say, I mean, I love the presentation and the extensive research that you've done. I mean, amazing what you've looked into. I also love the concept of winning pearls. That's so nice. I've not heard that before. Kind of the way that you're kind of winning points, or the pearls was really nice. Have you had a chance to test the app with anybody?
No, I haven't had a chance yet, but I have several classmates, from school who said they'd love to try it out. And they even speak different languages. So we've talked about potentially translating it into different languages so that it has a bigger global impact.
That's a brilliant idea, because I think this is a global issue. It's something that's found, across the world universally. So what a brilliant idea. Nice, thank you.
Thank you.
I honestly thought it was a really great idea. It had really good concepts to it, and people are going to learn more. I really like the learn more fun method because that actually drives people to learn rather than, like, I don't know, their parents forcing them to do it, but they do it themselves, which makes it more of a heartfelt thing, and it's much better because they actually take it to mind. If you just do it, just take it. They'll probably forget it the next day. But if you do this, they take it to heart. So I really think it's a good idea.
Thank you so much.
If I may make one more suggestion, because your app is really just going to be an interface layer of data and content, have you thought about using your Google Docs to just create a survey and start creating baseline data from people that you know and people that
It's a
you
great point. I haven't thought about that, but it's definitely something I can do because I know a lot of young people around me who might be dealing with these things. So yeah, thank you for mentioning that.
It would give you data to put into your system to start and test with.
Mhm. Yeah, thank you.
And the good point there as well is that you have a network around the world already, so you can be collecting data. It's not going to be localized to one place, but actually you'll have that kind of global vision of what's happening.
Claire's absolutely right. You do have a global audience right now.
They're really cool.
All right, thanks, Canon. That was great. Thank you for sharing that with us today.
By the way, I thought your presentation was beautiful.
Thank
Easy
you
to
so
read,
much.
easy to follow. That's a skill set, and you have it in spades. Good job.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thanks, Canon.
Thank you for coming.